we all know what the big song of that time was, Bee Gees' Saturday Night Fever. So now I'm delighted to offer to the audience the one and only Dr. Stephen Cohen. If I can invite Dr. Cohen to come on stage, he will be talking to us about the future of Indo-US relationships. Dr. Cohen is a very well-known personality to Indian audiences through various media, through the several books he has written and to his contribution to policy making all over the world. And he is a senior fellow at the famous think tank, the Brookings Institute of Studies. I request our Ashank Desai to come on stage and give a more detailed introduction and welcome to Dr. Cohen, and after which he will address us. As was yesterday, we have the format of index cards being distributed. Those who would like to ask questions may kindly fill in your year and your name and pass it on to the podium where, within the time constraints, we'll get Dr. Cohen to respond to those questions. Thank you. Ashan, please.
Good morning. Oh, not very strong. I think not very spirited response, I understand. It's a lack of spirited response, but fine, I understand. Ladies and gentlemen, we start the second day. The first day was really eventful day, and as we said that Ms. Vijay was saying that it is about middle order batting today as to how it goes, and I'm sure it will be as good, if not better. So we start the day with this very important topic about India-US relations. I'm sure I'm not here to talk about it, but I do feel how important it is from the industry that I represent, that is IT, and the economic relationship that IT industry has built over the last 15 years, how it has affected us positively, sometimes negatively, in terms of what happens in both the regions, are really issues of discussion amongst our industry. And we, having become much more larger economy over the last 10 years, and US becoming much larger partner, that much importance needs to be given to that relationship, which is growing leaps and bounds, as all of us know. However, there are issues of conflicts, there are issues of going together, there are issues of contentions, and we need to understand them very well if we really want to make this relationship move at a much faster pace, at a much higher level. And it is not about economic relationship, as all of us know here. It is also about political relationship, which drives economic relationship, and the issues around it. It is about social relationships, cultural relationships too, and we have that over many years, but I think it can be at much larger level. So I think India being what it is and going to become what it is, what it would be, that is one of the top 4 powers, and US being the largest economic power, we need to understand this relationship, nurture the relationship from all the various aspects, education, economy, political, social, etc. And who could be better speaker, ladies and gentlemen, here than Stephen to talk about it. And why is he so qualified? I'll quickly tell you. He, of course, had a career in political science and history in University of Illinois, and then joined a very well-known think tank, Brookings Institution, as senior fellow in foreign policy in 1998. I was talking to him about think tanks that we are talking about. If some of you have read today's paper, yesterday we had a discussion in Distinguished Alumni Meet, how think tanks play an important role and how IITian think tank probably can play a larger role. So I'm looking forward to talk to him on that, but the point I'm making is he comes from a think tank a well-known think tank, a global think tank, that is Brookings Institute. But apart from that, I think what is most important to us for today's discussion, ladies and gentlemen, is his close relationship with South Asia and India in particular. He has written almost 12 books, but the two recent ones are about American engagement in South Asia, one about idea of Pakistan, and he has also edited a volume that explores application of technology to the prediction, prevention and amelioration of terrorist act. And I don't think we need a better person than him. There won't be a better person than him to discuss the issues that we all are talking these days. He is also writing a book on the future of Indian military, and we'll all look forward to that too. So he's a person here who has engaged with this part of the world for many, many years now, and he tells me that he came 6 times, Stephen, today to India this year? 6 times in last 12 months, so you know how connected he is. He of course was a visiting professor at Lee Kuan Yew School at Singapore, and then he has taught at Japan and India, also in Andhra University, and consulted foundations and government agencies of the policy planning staff from 85 to 87. And he is also currently a member of National Academy of Science Committee on Internal Security and Arms Control, and the founder of several arms control security related institutions. So, of course, he has, I was talking to him before we came here, and he said that he is not looking only security part of the relationship, but a larger relationship, which is very important to us. So I, of course, am looking forward to hear him, and I'm sure all of us are. So can I welcome Stephen to come and give him a big hand?
Good morning. Louder. I used to be a professor, so. Let me admit that I'm not the one and only Steve Cohen. There are at least 5 or 10 of us, 2 of which are actually pretty famous. There's a Stephen P. Cohen, same middle name, same birth year, who's a close friend of Tom Friedman, the New York Times columnist. But that Steve Cohen works on the Middle East. We're always getting confused because I've worked on the Middle East also. Then there's another Stephen, there's a Stephen F. Cohen, who was a Soviet specialist, and occasionally I get confused with him as well. So I'm not the one and only. There are many of us, and at least enough of us, maybe too many of us. I'm really honored enough to be invited to speak to this group. I followed the IITs for many years. I've never been on an IIT campus, although I've taught at a couple of Indian universities. And I'd say in the past 5 years, you have an enormous reputation. It's just incredible. Those of us who know India know the good work and the serious intellectual accomplishments and professional accomplishments of the IIT alumni. So that's the flattery part, okay? But I think capping it all was a 60-minute program on CBS television, which of course puts you right up there with Mahatma Gandhi and other great Indian assets. What I want to do today, also let me thank Ananth Krishnan for his extensive email conversation with me to get me here. And I volunteered to do this extra session, partly because I figured that if I'm coming to India, I might as well do 2, not just 1. And partly because I wanted to spend more time in Chennai. I haven't been here for about 2 or 3 years, and I just wanted to get and see the city, and I have some former students who live here.